Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, Arrow the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about why we need justice for Julian Wood, the giant eagle stabbing victim, the young toddler who was murdered yesterday by most likely a piece of shit black supremacist in this country, in the state of Ohio, or at least a mental patient anyway. So, who murdered this white child? Oh, shocker, it was a black female who most likely stole the knife that she used in the killing from a fucking thrift store like 5 minutes before she went to target this kid and his mother inside the Giant Eagle. So, yeah, that's why we need justice for Julian Wood, dude. And the only true justice that comes from that is us literally having Ohio implement new methods into our state death penalty right now and charging this woman with those things, or eye for an eye laws or something similar for that matter. So yeah, it's a bunch of fucking disgusting bullshit, dude. It's a bunch of sick garbage here. Although Libs of TikTok did get it wrong because they said that the most likely media wasn't going to cover this. It is 100% covering it, dude. Local media is all over this today. It's a huge story. It's even making like national attention in some ways here. Of course, they're not labeling it as the hate crime it actually is, even though it should be labeled as a fucking hate crime because it was a black on white hate crime in this country. Because yeah, you got this piece of shit right here on the left, Bionca Ellis, and it was this woman here, and most likely the kid that she's holding there were the ones that were the victims in that situation. Margot Wood and her son, Julian. So, just absolutely fucking ridiculous what it is, dude. And of course, the pussy ass New Olmsted cops let Ellis's ass live through this whole thing. Oh, actually, that's another interesting one from what the media was saying there. I guess supposedly this Bionca Ellis woman was just let out of prison in the state of Ohio like a week or so ago. Why was she in prison, mind you? For stealing shit. She was a thief, dude. And then she also got busted down in Florida for also doing crimes. But the problem was they kept giving her fucking slaps on the wrist, dude. Again, stop giving motherfuckers fucking slaps on the wrist, fucking shit for fucking crimes in this country, dude. Charge their ass accordingly and do what needs to be done to keep these motherfuckers locked up. And the fact you had really, honestly, I would say this was a system failing of itself on this one, too, for that matter, because these people knew that this woman was obviously a threat to society, but yet didn't give a shit enough to actually keep her locked away, is what it is, dude. Or nobody really gave a fuck, and they're like, oh, yeah, all of our other instances with her were just like criminal trespassing and theft and everything else like that. It's like, yeah, she obviously has a pattern. She's a damn thief, dude. You know? Could that be that she was going to lead up to a murder? Black on white hate crime? But if you kept her in prison where she fucking belonged, maybe Julian Wood would still be alive, and maybe his mother wouldn't have serious fucking injuries too, for that matter. So, sorry, trying to turn down the fan a little bit because I'm assuming it's catching in the background right now. I don't know that for a fact, but I just know it's hot as balls today. It's like 83, 84, and the real feel is like 89 or something with the heat, humidity, and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit entirely, dude. That this woman's even out of prison right now. So, but going to the one article here from the local Fox affiliate, Fox 8 News. We got city shares new details on Giant Eagle stabbing that killed toddler. Says North Olmsted, Ohio, a woman suspected of stabbing and killing a 3-year-old boy outside a local grocery store was given a $1 million bond in court on Tuesday afternoon. First off, she should have been charged with no bond, motherfuckers. So the child and his mother, both white, by the way, were attacked and stabbed outside Giant Eagle on Lorraine Road in North Olmsted. So the officer said that about 3 p.m. on Monday, June 3rd, which is just over a day ago, a mother and her son, Margot and Julian Wood, had just finished grocery shopping and appeared to be headed back to their vehicle when a woman wearing all black, being Bionca Ellis here, charged them with a kitchen knife, stabbing both of them. It says multiple shoppers called 911. Responding officers came to give first aid and quickly arrested Bionca Ellis, 32, of Cleveland, who was found walking toward Dover Center Road, reportedly still holding the weapon. Says Ellis was arraigned via video from jail on Tuesday afternoon, where her bond was set at $1 million. She has been charged with aggravated murder, according to police. Said victims were rushed to St. John Medical Center in Westlake Tuesday morning. Coweta County Medical Examiner confirmed that 3-year-old Julian Wood of North Olmsted died at the hospital. The child's mother, 38-year-old Margot Wood, was treated for non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to make a full recovery, police say. So here's the thing, right? Why was Julian murdered here in the situation? Because this fucking bitch, Bionca Ellis, literally stabbed this kid in the face and fucking back, dude. I guarantee she was trying to target a white child at that point. Just based on that alone. And then she was also stabbing his mom, too, on top of that. The fact there's video footage of her literally walking out of the thrift shop with the knife in her hand, with the tag still on it, by the way, which means she most likely didn't pay for it. And I'm guessing the fact she was wearing all black that day, and the fact you had the handle of the knife being black, was probably just a way for her to fucking conceal her fucking her stealing shit is what it was, dude. Because it's pretty easy to just, like, slide a fucking blade down your pants or whatever the case be, and then put your fucking shirt over it. And nobody's any the wiser, man. Because you're wearing all black. So, but yeah. So she went there, did that. There's a CCTV footage out there. I'm not sure if it's making the rounds on the YouTube channels or not at this point for these news stations. But I was watching the local news there, 19 Action News there, and it was showing there's CCTV footage of her literally walking out of the fucking thrift shop, the Volunteers of America thrift store there in that area of North Olmsted, pulling a knife out from where the fuck ever she's hiding at the time, taking it to one of the cement pillars there and like doing like a shing kind of thing or whatever with it, which I assume she was trying to sharpen it or maybe get the tag off of it because maybe the tag was like around the actual blade part of it itself. If that's the case. And then proceeds to walk over to Giant Eagle. That's like the next area over there is what it is. Because I'm assuming the way that this was actually, it was probably a situation where you had multiple strip malls in that area, would be my guess, because that's usually how Ohio is when we have our stuff set up here. So you had like one strip mall where this Volunteers of America was most likely in, and then it was like another part of the same strip mall or a different strip mall, like a little bit of a walk over was where the Giant Eagle was at then. And that's where this Margot Wood woman and her son Julian were. So I don't own an official mega hat, Daniel. If you want to send me one, I'll send you my address on Discord. So, but yeah, I don't actually have an official version of the Trump mega hat. Man, the one I do have was like way too small because it was made in China. So anyway, back to what I was talking about here, though. So yeah, you had this Margot Wood woman and her son Julian literally just minding their own fucking business, walking back to their vehicle. And meanwhile, you got this psycho Bionca Ellis literally stalking behind them, walking on the Giant Eagle after them and stuff like that, only to fucking stab this little kid in the face and his mom in the fucking body and stuff like that's what it is. So it's absolutely fucking disgusting. Anyway, it says Police Detective Sergeant Matt Beck acknowledged later Tuesday that though Margot will physically recover, the emotional trauma will likely follow her for the rest of her life. Of course it will, dude, because she literally had to watch her son being stabbed to death in front of her, man. Like, what the fuck? And again, this is why I always advocate. You have to, like, seriously, people, Ohio is a fucking stand your ground and constitutional carry state at this point in history. Fucking arm up and carry with you every single day. If somebody's trying to stab you and your kid, pull a gun out and blow their goddamn brains out. Seriously. Stand your fucking ground against the criminal element in this fucking state, in this country, dude. This was not a random act of violence, dude. It was obviously a targeted fucking hate crime that should be treated as such at this point in history. It's bullshit, dude. It's absolutely fucking bullshit. Julian Wood should be alive today. His mother should not be having to bury her fucking child in the coming days, dude. And of course, you got the police claim, the attack appeared to be at random. No, it wasn't. You literally have CCTV footage, dude, of this woman walking out of one place and then walking into this grocery store and looking around, obviously to find somebody to be her victim. And she just happens to find a white woman and her son? And you call that random? When she herself is black? No, dude. If it was random, it would have been a black woman stabbing another black woman and child then. It wouldn't have been fucking interracial, dude. Random my fucking ass, dude. This is 100% a fucking targeted hate crime. Anyway. The reason they're calling it supposedly random, though, is that they said the victims did not know the perpetrator before the incident. Why would they have, dude? Again. So that Sergeant Beck guy claimed Ellis was seen on surveillance footage obtaining a knife from a nearby Volunteers of America thrift shop. Cameras show her walking into the grocery store where she passed Margot and Julian Wood. She then followed them back out to their car with a knife in hand. And see, that's just it right there. So she walks in, looks around, sees them, is like, oh, there's a great fucking victim to take out now. And proceeds to, like, fucking U-turn back out the door is what it is, dude. Says Julian Wood was stabbed in the face and back, and Margot was stabbed in the shoulder, all in the span of 5 seconds. Said Ellis was then started walking away. Said Ellis was still carrying the knife with her, did not resist during her arrest, refused to speak to North Olmsted detectives on Tuesday, and instead lawyered up. Fucking ridiculous. Says Ellis does not have a history of violent crime. Well, now she does, obviously, dude. Says he was previously arrested in Florida on non-violent crimes, being theft and criminal trespass, what it is there. Said North Olmsted, she was arrested in 2023 for petty theft from a Walmart, to which she pled guilty and was placed on probation, which, by the way, I want to point something out on this one. They literally said on local news stations here that she never completed the fucking courses that she was supposed to do for that theft charge that she had there. So it's shocker she was just a piece of shit criminal in general is what it was, dude. So yeah, this is like the next logical step, honestly, in my opinion, honestly, dude. So here we go. She was arrested last week on a probation violation and was held for court. Said that Beck guy on Monday before the attack. She was on police station inquiring about property she had left behind. Said North Olmsted Mayor Nicole Daly Jones released a updated statement on Tuesday morning. It said, first and foremost, I want to express my deepest and most sincere condolences to the family of the 3-year-old boy who unfortunately passed away yesterday after being stabbed in a random attack at the North Olmsted Giant Eagle supermarket. It was a terrible tragedy, preventable one, by the way, just like every other fucking thing in this country. You know. I also want to point out, by the way, that places like Giant Eagle, etc., are considered gun-free zones in this state, man. So really, honestly, this family has, if they did have an actual no gun sign on the door there in Giant Eagle, dude, Margot Wood and her family, yeah, Bionca Ellis is the criminal here. Margot Wood is the victim, so is Julian. But yeah, if there was a no gun sign on the door there of the place, Margot Wood and her family have a great lawsuit in the making right now, dude. Against disarmament in this state, in this country. Against Giant Eagle specifically is what it is there. For potentially making her a victim there. So, by the way, it's just a fucking sign, people. They can't do shit to you. Especially if you're concealed carrying. So, Anyway, yeah, the North Olmsted mayor lady continued on. So it was a terrible tragedy for the entire community. As North Olmsted mayor and a mother myself, I cannot fathom what this whole family must be going through to lose their youngest child in such a violent and senseless manner. It's absolutely heartbreaking. I know that all the residents of North Olmsted join me in sharing in the profound grief. We are all terribly sorry for the loss, and I ask everyone to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. Our police department continues its ongoing investigation of the crime as we attempt to begin healing and moving forward. I commend all the safety forces for their compassion and swift response in the wake of the situation. The city will be offering grief counseling to all our employees who are in need of their services. The safety of all of our residents continues to be a top priority of my administration. See, that's the problem, though. So you have the city paying for grief counseling for employees of the city. What about random people, dude? What about the family in the situation? What about them? You know? Well, okay, so this is even more fucking pathetic. The police station, which I'm guessing is like a substation or whatever, just across the street from the Giant Eagle, says many people in the area were understandably shaken Monday following the attack. It's just crazy, said shopper Ben Himes. Society is going downhill quick. Well, yeah, when they're trying to start a fucking race war, dude. Like, seriously. Like, this is just one more spark in that fucking thing at this point, dude, honestly. Or tribalistic warfare, anyway, for that matter. Which I've talked about many times on this channel and other channels that I have on this site. Anyway, it said, quote, can't really trust anybody, said shopper Randy Adams. And if you make eye contact with the wrong person, you never know if they're going to physically do something to you. See, and that's fucking just pathetic as shit, dude, at that point. That you even have to think in that manner. You don't, dude. And again, if you are thinking in that manner, this is why you fucking carry. Some fucking crazy nut piece of shit tries to attack you, dude. Fucking bang, bang, bitch. Stand your fucking ground in a constitutional carry state, for God's sakes. It's that fucking simple, people. It's like, goddamn, man. Anyway, we got that Sergeant Beck guy, 17-year member of North Olmsted Police Department, said officers take resident safety seriously and they can't be everywhere at once. I would strongly encourage those to keep your head on a swivel, pay attention to your surroundings. If something doesn't look right, call the police department. We'll come and investigate it, no problem. Yeah, you guys are a fucking cleanup crew, dude, literally. Your fucking police station is right across the street from this fucking Giant Eagle, and yet this kid still died. You were there in the time span of like a couple minutes when seconds mattered in this fucking situation. This is honestly a great example of why you carry tourniquets and like quick clot and shit like that, dude. Like, honestly. But really, priority one is a gun / pepper spray. Again, like, think about it for even that matter, right? Even if a gun was not involved in the situation at all, dude. Margot realizes that this Bionca girl is following her. Turns around, pulls out a fucking can of pepper spray. Like the palm or something like that is what it is there. And it's like, psh, fucking sprays this bitch before she can get stabbed. That would have been enough, I think, honestly. She would have at least had time to grab her kid, jump in the vehicle, and lock the fucking doors then, dude. Or maybe you would just disarm the bitch and fucking, toss the knife away or something like that, And then kick her a good one or something. Then grab her kid. Or if nothing else, like the actual pepper spraying then might have been enough to, like, other people could have come running or whatever to help her out too, for that matter. So, doesn't always have to come to lethal force all the time. Could be non-lethal sometimes. I mean, you should still carry lethal force just in case, dude. Like, there's a reason why cops carry both, for God's sakes. So, anyway. And what's interesting to me about the fact that this cop here is basically telling people about situational awareness, which is what we advocate here every single day, is what it is, dude. Anyway, yeah. So this giant eagle is the same store where there was a murder suicide less than a year ago involving a divorced couple. Giant Eagle store reopened on Tuesday morning. How the fuck are you gonna reopen less than a day after this happens in your parking lot, dude? That's just fucking crass, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. So remind me to never go to the Giant Eagle in North Olmsted, dude, because the fact this is the same Giant Eagle where a fucking murder suicide happened last year, like, god damn, dude, seriously. Fucking disgusting, dude. Preliminary hearing for Ellis has been set for Monday, June 10th at 10:30 a.m. So. We must have justice for Julian Wood, dude. End of story. Bionca Ellis must be charged with the death penalty here in Ohio. And that's it, dude. She must be put on death row in the state of Ohio. And fucking executed very quickly. I'm not talking about her ass sitting on death row for the next 25 years, fucking exhausting appeal after appeal after appeal. No, fucking kill this bitch, dude. The fucking North Olmsted pussy ass cop should have fucking blown her brains out there in the fucking cement that yesterday, dude, is what it is. And a justice side that would have happened, honestly, dude. It would have been it would have been fucking like Judge Dredd style stuff where it's fucking judge, jury, executioner at that point. Where it's just like, nope, you've committed a crime so severe, bang. It would be that simple, honestly, dude. So, anyway. You got to be armed anymore, dude. It's just that simple. You have to be armed in our society now. Because if you're not, you're just going to be a victim, dude. Honestly, what this shows me is that Giant Eagle is a fucking magnet for fucking crime, honestly. The fact that it's directly across from a fucking police station, for God's sakes, and has had, in a 2-year time span, a murder-suicide, and now a fucking stabbing in the parking lot where a toddler was murdered there. It's like, bro, like, what the fuck? It's just insane. It's insane is what it is, dude. Always be armed, always be vigilant. Know what your surroundings are, and know that nobody is going to try to hurt you, dude. And if somebody does try to hurt you, stand your fucking ground against them. And it's as simple as that, really. That's all I got to say about today. Everything said in this episode today is going to the First Amendment of freedom of speech and of the press of the U.S. Constitution. Do not even think about trying to channel strike me, YouTube. Because everything expressed in this episode today is, again, like I said, coming from freedom of press, freedom of speech, etc. And if you're going to be a violent criminal in this country, your ass needs to get put down. It's as simple as that, really. End of story. Peace out, y'all. Stay safe and vigilant. Always be carrying. Later.